Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and this time in my 69 favorite horror films, we get to number 46, which, yes, does happen to be The Shaft. I know, sounds like a bad porno, but The Shaft, also known as Down, which, to be honest, is probably a more appropriate title. I don't know why they renamed it The Shaft, but whatever. The film, I think the main reason it got released was because Naomi Watts got a hit later on with The Ring. So like, oh shit, what do we have? We have Naomi Watts. Put her on there. And, But, I'm going to try to do this review a little bit differently. In which I'm going to have a top 10 reasons why I enjoy this movie. Because I know, like, come on, really? But that's one of the reasons. Number one. It's about a killer elevator. Now, in this day and age, the fact that we can have a film with the audacity to be about a killer elevator makes me giggle like a schoolgirl. It makes me kind of tingle in my bones. It makes me be like, I love it. I love being in a world where we can have a killer elevator film. Because, hey, if we have to sit through Twilight, if we have to sit through the remakes and, prequels that don't need to be, and the 50th fucking Japanese horror film about a ghost who goes, ah! And you have close-up of the eyeball and shit. Which, if you like, that's cool. But if we could have 50 of those films, then goddammit, let's have one film about Killer Elevator. The audacity of it. At least in number 2. Even more audacity, this is a remake of an elevator flick by the same director, Dick Maas. He also did this slasher film called Amsterdam, which I would be interested in seeing, because I heard like the end boat chase rivals of James Bond movie. That's what I've heard. That's very well done. And Amsterdam seems like a decent, because I think the slasher guy, the killer, sort of has scuba gear, so he's able to go through the canals in Amsterdam. Interesting, different type of slasher movie. I wouldn't mind. I'd like to see that someday, but the director said, you know what, this killer elevator flick I made in '83, I think, called The Lift, that's a film I would like to see too. I have never seen The Lift, and I only need to get it here in the States, but, and I think it's in a foreign language, but I'd be interested to see that. I think there's a few clips and the director took some scenes and put it in this film. But it's just the audacity that this director would remake his own film, which is about killer elevator film. So that, the cojones for the guy to do that just makes me laugh. But I know they're not really real reasons, but it giggles and tingles my bones that we could have this happen this day and age, and I love it. But, okay, number 3, getting some more serious reasons, has some decent actors in it. In smaller roles, you have Ron Perlman, you got Michael Ironside, and you got Dan Hedaya. I like the 2 leads. James Marshall, who's basically this elevator repairman type guy. This buddy who he works with got him the job. And basically, this big building, the Millennium Building, this elevator keeps malfunctioning, and they have to keep going back and forth seeing what's happening, what's going on. Naomi Watts, who I like in this film. I did like The Ring. I liked her in The Ring. Not a fan of The Ring 2, but I liked her in the first film, The Ring. And she does a good job here. She's sort of like a reporter type of girl, wondering what's going on, what's happening with the elevator. Sort of fucks over James Marshall, our lead guy, by misquoting him and getting him in trouble. But then they sort of team up to figure out what's going on. And something to do was, Michael Ironside was a scientist guy. He worked with the government. Something to do with artificial intelligence. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's about a killer elevator flick. So you're not going into this film for plot. But the film kind of knows that and has fun with it. But I think the whole cast did, for the premise, they did what they had to do. It was cool to see Ron Perlman, Michael Ironside, Dan Hedaya, capable actors. Edward Herrmann, he was the guy in Fright Night who, you find out was the actual head master vampire. He was also, I think, in the newer versions of the Munsters. But you have a lot of capable character actors. And again, the two leads, James Marshall and Naomi Watts, I like them. You know, they won't win Academy Awards, but they did what they had to do. They have sort of a blue collar, at least James Marshall has sort of a blue collar feeling to him, a little bit with the dialogue. Naomi Watts, there's a scene where, you know, he goes, I want something hot. You know, I want something good. He's like, you want hot? Well, then I'll piss on them. Like, something like that. It's not word for word, but I want people to see the movie. Okay, number 4. The film does have fun with its kill scenes. I mean, first off, right off the bat, in the first 3 minutes, you have 2 pairs of titties. So, that's always good. Plus, it does stuff like cuts a guy's head off. A guy gets stuck, and you see the head slowly get cut off by the elevator. Really well done, actually. I like it. Later on in the film, you have these guys, they think, at the end, shit's going haywire. Some people think it's terrorists. So you have some people with guns. They get trapped in an elevator and empty shaft. One guy's trying to get out. Elevator comes, cuts the guy in half. And you see like practical effects of they pull the guy and the guy's just cut in half. Good practical gore effects. I like that. Number 5. It has some cojones. And the fact that I think they did this in the original film, but I haven't seen that. So I'm sure they did, but again, I didn't see that. But I like the idea that Dick Maas came up with, you know, the elevator opens up for this blind guy, who's a little bit of a dick, I'll be admit. But his dog, poor dog, it knows what's going on. The blind man's idiot. What's going on with you? He's about to fall into the elevator shaft. The dog is like trying to get out, get away. And the guy falls, taking his dog with him down the elevator shaft. Same thing where there's a scene where it sort of plays peekaboo with this little girl, where it opens, the little girl goes to it and it closes, then it opens, the little girl goes to that, it closes, and it's playing this peekaboo game with this girl. And I like that little bit of ballsy type of moments, you know. I appreciated that. I think I'm on number 6. I love this scene where you have this sort of skater type of guy. He stops on like the basement level. The elevator opens. This invisible force pushes the skater guy into the elevator. The elevator goes all the way to the top. It just pushes the fucking skater out of the building, through the floors, through the glass, all the way from the top of the building, landing smack and splat with red blood splattering, as if the blood would be any other color, splattering on his friend's face. This is the big splat of, you know, blood. I had fun with that scene. Number 7, as I like to call, express elevator to hell, going up. There's a scene where a bunch of people are on the elevator, and the elevator gets pissed off and goes all the way up, going, you know, fast as can be. The floor of the elevator caves in. People are falling out of the elevator left and right. A mom's trying to hold her little kid, accidentally lets go, and the kid falls and gets killed. And basically the elevator just, you know, everybody's falling, and it jumps, doesn't jump, but it pushes out of the top. And like there's fire, a little bit of explosions. I love this. Which leads to number 8. You have some really good stunts. And again, a very pissed off elevator. This elevator's on fire, and James Marshall is trying to figure out how to stop it. And he has to dodge and jump as one elevator on fire jumps over to here. This wire from the elevator snags his leg, he flips up, and is going upside down up the elevator as it's going really fast. So you get some fun stunt work in there. And I'm like, okay, if you're going to make a movie with this ridiculous of a premise, I want it to have fun. If you take a movie like this and you make me have fun with it, then I applaud you for it, because I want entertainment. Same with the Mangler. It's a laundromat. Yeah, but they have the balls to have it grow legs and then chase down people with fucking sharp implements and fireballs. He shoots fireballs. Laundromat grows legs. Chases after them. thing with here. I mean, you know, it has some good stunt work, and you know, dodging. I love it. It's entertaining to me because I would not expect that. I just thought, oh, it's going up and down, up and down. I said, okay, they actually went for it, and I appreciate a film that does it. Which leads to 9, bazooka fun. You get, how do you kill this elevator? Now, he sort of finds sort of the heart of the machine, where the chips and the sort of AI sort of things are at. Now, okay, does he hack into it with a computer? Does he stab it with a screwdriver? No. It grabs Michael Ironside, kills him, puts him into the damn elevator, strangles him. About to grab him, James Marshall, Naomi Watts throws him a bazooka. He shoots a bazooka into the heart of the elevator. He gets blown out, and boom, you kill it with a bazooka. I love that. That gets a seal of approval right there. A seal of approval. I love it. I love that shit. I mean, at number 10, a film that ends with an Aerosmith song. Granted, Armageddon did, but not the biggest. I'm not the biggest fan of that film. But hell, that had a $200 million budget. I mean, it's, you know, it's an all-star thing, and I do like the song by Aerosmith in that movie. But this one, what the hell kind of Aerosmith song could you fit in this movie at the end credits? How about Love in an Elevator, living up when I'm going down, love in an elevator. I heard that, I went, holy shit. Like, I loved it. I'm like, that fits perfectly. They actually got Aerosmith? I mean, that's some shitty-ass song that came up for the movie. Not some crappy, I don't know, musical score. That's how you end a movie, Aerosmith. So I applaud for that. Ending with Aerosmith, Love in an Elevator. Aerosmith equals win. It's like when a movie ends with AC/DC music. That's kind of win for me. It just, you know, through these 10 reasons, some people may think I'm in tongue-in-cheek mode. I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. I love this movie for these 10 reasons. It's a killer elevator film. It's the audacity to be a remake of a killer elevator film. It has decent actors, decent acting, good character actors, and I like the two leads, James Marshall and Naomi Watts. I like them alright. You have shit like people's heads getting cut off, bodies being cut in half. You have a skater being pushed in and thrown out the top of the fucking building. You got an elevator pissed off, going all the way to the top, dropping all his passengers to the fucking floor, like a bad habit, dropping like a bad habit from hell. You have, it kills a blind man and his dog, plays peekaboo with kids. In order to kill it, you have to have some bazooka fun, and, you know, some good stunt work with, you know, diving from one to the other, being dragged up a fucking elevator shaft, and ending with an Aerosmith song, Love in an Elevator. And I love the film for that. And, you know, The Shaft, also known as Down, to me, it's entertainment. You know going into it, you look at the cover, you're not going to go in this film seriously. At least I would hope not. But I did have fun with the movie. And I think the people know what movie they're making. And maybe I'm giving it too much credit, but hell, it entertained me. That's all I asked for. It's more entertaining than some big films that came out this summer. That's kind of sad. But hell, that's why it's on my 69 favorite horror films. And that's why it's a number, I want to make sure I get the right number, number 46. So, thanks for watching, and check out The Shaft. Not my shaft, not your shaft, The Shaft. Thanks for watching, and take care. Later.